intro, the fast 5 things you need to know. We'll start your day off swirly, it's the toast. I sound amazing.
Welcome back to The Toast. Happy Friday. Today is a celebration because it's Friday. We're sliding on into the weekend, and we have a very special guest co-host today, Tyler Cameron. You probably know him as Tyler C., originally from The Bachelor, now just home renovator to the stars and the pups. Welcome, Tyler. Welcome back to The Toast. You've been on The Toast a million times.
Yes, happy Friday.
You've never co-hosted.
Never co-hosted. I get to do it with you, which is exciting.
Really fun.
We're gonna rip this.
We are gonna rip this. I'm really excited. We have some fun stories. You're making a little news. You're always making news. Do you find that about yourself?
I didn't know I was making the news until you told me a minute ago.
I know. I pulled up the stories and there's like Tyler Cameron says Matt probably regrets his Instagram post about Rachel.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a fair thing to say.
Yeah. I mean, like he got a lot of backlash for it. I think, he probably, if he could do it all over again, he would.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty fair and simple and easy to say.
Yeah, and I'm glad for that for him. How are you doing? How's life for you? I feel like you're in such a great phase of your life with your leading lady.
Yeah, life's good. I got a great girlfriend. I'm like kind of figuring out my next steps in life, and I'm kind of diving into the real estate in South Florida, and
right.
But also doing some fun stuff in entertainment still.
You did your own house.
I did my own house
with Tate.
Yeah. So she designed the whole thing, and honestly, probably built most of it.
She has like a design and building background.
Not really.
She came into it because of you.
So like she always wanted to.
Okay.
But this was like her first true experiment.
Okay.
And she went all in and went for it, and
it looks amazing.
She did incredible.
And you obviously are a builder.
Yep, I'm a builder, but really like a finger pointer. She's like the builder. You know what I mean? Like I'm like hiring the guys, trying to get the prices right, doing all that.
Also
and
important.
She's like firing the painters, kicking them out, and like I'll do this myself. They're getting shit everywhere, and then she's painting the 16-foot ceilings on a scaffolding.
Does she use power tools?
Yeah, we call her Power Tool Tate.
That's kind of my dream. I like see these reels and videos of women who like are like, fuck it, I'm gonna learn how to build because I want this reading bench in my room.
Dream?
Yeah, well, it's too far away.
Well, 45 minutes up the road. It's not far away. We can get you and make your dream come true. We'll give you some power tools.
Give me some lessons. And also I want my husband, like, why can't we build our own stuff? Like, I need a bookshelf.
Because you have a great podcast, you can pay for it.
It's true. But I feel like there's something it feels different when your house is done. And it feels amazing when your house is done and you didn't lift a finger, but it must feel like insanely different, like Noah from The Notebook, when you like build your own house from the ground up.
Basically, I am Noah.
You are Noah. She's
getting
Allie.
The house with the blue shutters.
It's true.
The White House with the blue shutters, and she's getting that.
She is getting that.
Yeah.
Well, your house looks amazing, and you guys seem so happy, and she's so cute. How long have you been together for? Because I know like you guys were together privately for a while.
We're almost on our 2 years, so yeah. So
what
it's been fun. We're definitely taking those steps.
No, I won't be annoying.
No, she is fantastic, and I'm very, very happy. She's like couldn't have a better partner.
Yeah.
And,
you guys
and a
seem
better
really
friend and a better girlfriend.
Simpatico. And I feel like over the years when you came on The Toast and you would like talk about like your type and like what you're looking for, like she is that.
I found it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it. It was in my backyard.
Is she from your hometown?
No. So she's from Cincinnati, but she lived in Jupiter for like 7 years before. So
Okay.
I was always kind of like, what were you doing?
Right.
Like
That's so
who'd
random.
you hang out
Yeah.
with? You must have been a weirdo. So I still kind of look at it a little strangely that I didn't see her ever in Jupiter. She said she saw me. And then she was like this girl was like, oh my God, that's that kid from The Bachelor. She's like, him?
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah. That's great. Do you golf?
I try. Ben's always trying to get me out.
Yeah.
And I have yet to golf with Ben because he's always down here and I'm always missing him here, or I'm in New York and I'm missing him there.
Whenever I think of Jupiter, I think of like golf because I just watched Full Swing.
Yeah, it's like the golf capital of the world.
Right.
Everybody lives there.
Growing up, did you feel pushed to golf?
No, I grew up with just a redneck dad who was like, "You're gonna play football, son. You're gonna hit him hard," and I did that. And now I look at all my friends that are golfing, and like some of them are pros, and I'm like, God, I really missed the boat on that one.
Yeah, but football's good too, and you did like play in college. Like you did take it all the way.
I took it almost all the way.
Almost.
Played in college, and then the Ravens invited me over for a cup of coffee, and they kicked me out.
And they weren't interested.
They weren't. They brought me back twice, and then the second time they saw how banged up my body was. They're like, all right, you can't play football anymore.
That's so interesting. What a fun fact. Did you talk to any other teams?
No, just the Ravens.
Were you bummed when it didn't happen?
Yeah, it was like the hardest. Like it was like because like that was my identity my whole time,
Right.
my life. You know what I mean? So like once that was like ripped away,
Bummed would be like a small way of saying it.
And then I tried to go pro again, and I blew out my shoulder in this like developmental league, and I got dumped the next day. And then I was on a road trip for 14 days with my dad. So now I was like crying about wanting my girlfriend back. My football career is over. I'm like, what is my life going to be?
And look where it ended up.
And then it worked out.
What'd you do immediately after college, before The Bachelor?
I was working construction. I was like working for my pops, like building. He set me up to build my first house. I was making like $200 a week until I sold the house. And then The Bachelor called like 3 weeks before I finished the house. So then he took all the money for the house.
Right, because he finished it. That's
Isn't
really
that crazy?
funny. The Bachelor called you?
So I was home one day and I was studying and I saw an ad for the WWE. Like, sign up to join the WWE. I was like, fuck yeah. Red Speedo, kicking people's ass in boots. Like, I want to do this. And then I sent it to my buddies as like a joke, you know? And like, dude, you'd be so great at this. Like, because I was like the maniac in the locker room always. And they're like, see what else you can find. So I found The Bachelorette, sent in crazy stuff as well, and sent it into them. And like, if I could show you the picture I sent to them, it was like the biggest tool pick I could find. But it worked.
I think they like that.
Yeah, they loved it.
Yeah.
So they called me like within a week. The WWE called me like 6 months later. It was like, guys, the show already filmed. Like, I'm good.
I'm a big star now. Bye.
Yeah.
That's so great. And are you still involved in Bachelor Nation at all now?
Somewhat. I was just with Jason Tardik this past week.
But in an official capacity, like with ABC and the show. Like, do they ever bring you in for stuff?
I don't think I've done anything with them in a while. Like, I just did I've done something with ABC when I did like Extreme Home Makeover. I did like a little cameo on there. So that was fun.
That is fun. Do you watch The Bachelor still?
Not really. I watch everything on TikTok now because like it just gives you this.
That's
like,
what
the
everyone
clips.
I talk to on the show says. Like, I'm sure you're not watching Love Island.
No, but
I'm sure you're watching on TikTok.
Like, I tried watching Love Island, then I was like listening to 22-year-olds be like, "This is fire." Like,
it's really painful.
Like, oh my god, like I love you. Like I'm like I can't listen to these people.
No, it's really mind-numbing.
If I see them on TikTok.
1.5 speed.
Yeah. Then it's like way better.
Yeah.
So I watch it on TikTok.
That's what
and I have two friends
saying.
on the show.
Who?
So Taylor and Nick.
Oh wait, I saw that Taylor was in a picture with Tate and like a group of people.
Yeah.
They're friends. And then so I assume that he's friends with you. And Nick, do they know each other outside of the show? It's okay if they
don't know each other outside of the show.
You just happen to be friends with both of them.
Yeah. So Tate did a TV show last summer that shot the whole show, then they ended up canning it.
What was it?
And Taylor was on the show. It was like basically if Below Deck was on a ranch.
That's, I think the photo I saw was like a bunch of people on a ranch and it looked like a cast.
Tate was like a cowgirl. Like she used to work on horses, like for a ranch. They did like cutting horses and all that stuff.
Super cool.
So she was always in that world. So this was like a perfect show for her to do.
Yeah. Why did it not happen? Who was the production?
I think the guys weren't that great on the show. Like they brought Taylor on late.
Well, he seems sweet, and I know he's your friend, but I can understand why he might have not been like the best on a show. Like I think he's already not the best on a show. But he seems like a nice person.
He's hilarious. I feel like he's on vacation. Like he has zero interest in any of the girls.
No, he's a silly, goofy dude. Like he has no interest in the girls. And weirdly, the girl that he's coupled up with, like most of us are obsessed with him. We just want like so much more for her. And like he really can't. Alondria. Love her.
Yes.
You love her from TikTok.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't know her from her.
From watching on
TikTok. Yes.
And how do you go, Nick?
And then Nick was dating this girl, and then I went on a date with this other girl. We all went to Orlando for a weekend and like went to Disney and did all that stuff.
Okay.
And the only person I stayed in touch with after that weekend was Nick. So that tells you how that went.
And he's another, like, he seems like a good dude. Like, he's coming off well on the show. Yeah. Even, like, Megan Thee Stallion came on last night's episode. I'm sure you'll see it on TikTok today.
I saw the Mamacita.
Oh, Mamacita. Yeah, she was talking about everyone, but you could tell, like, she, like, has a warm spot for Nick, as we all do. He seems like a good guy and, like, a voice of reason.
I think he really is. I think he is, like, a really nice kid. Like, he was at FAU. I was a few years older than him, and he's always just been, like, a good dude, nice dude. I think he treated his last girlfriend really, really well. I mean, there's nothing negative that, like, comes out about him.
Yeah.
You know, I hate how everyone just tries to trash everybody on this show.
Oh, for sure. They, like, step on the show, and it's just, like... but then some people have the opposite experience. Like, I'm sure you've heard about Jalen now.
Yeah, everyone's like, what happened? I need to invite Jalen down to Jupiter.
You do?
Because like everyone's like, he doesn't travel at all. I'm like, well, we're gonna bring him to Jupiter. It's not traveling far from Georgia.
No, but I'm sure after like, you know, Norwegian cruises and Hilton are all like, come on out, we want to take you around the world. I'm sure like a local trip because I think he's from the south, so maybe he can even drive.
You can go on the Norwegian cruise giant ship, or you can come on my 26-foot boat and we can have fun. You know,
I feel like that might be more fun. You also came out with a song, a country song, a banger.
Yes. you know, my songs were fun. You know,
Yeah.
not like Caitlin's song.
Oh,
She's just going at my dog, Jason.
Oh, is that what I saw? She just put out a ballad.
Yeah, a ballad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I came
Alone
out
in
with
Love.
a ballad too.
What's your ballad?
Drinking beer on a boat.
Do you have more than one song?
No, just well, actually, yeah, they made like a club mix to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But still, like one record.
one record. Yeah.
Do you want to sing more?
No.
It was just a one-time
So
thing.
it was an April Fool's joke. I called my buddies because last year I did OnlyFans for April Fool's. This year I was like, I'm changing career paths. I want to dive into country music.
I just want to say, like, I didn't realize it was April Fool's. I thought you were just like coming out with a song because who was it with? It was with
Moonlight, Country Night, all those guys.
like real artists.
yeah.
So I was like, I thought you were just like cameoing on a song, and like, why not?
Yeah, well, I called my buddies up. I was like, this is what I want to do for April Fool's this year because they're like country DJs and all that stuff. They're like, yeah, like we'll do this. And then within like 3 hours, they sent me like a whole song written up. They were like doing shrooms in Joshua Tree when I called them, so it worked out perfectly.
That's perfect. And do you have like a nice voice on your like acoustically?
No, you know, I'll tell you what, it was scary to be like in the studio. Like I'm pretty confident myself, but then you have 12 people in the studio with you. They're like, sing.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Have you ever sang before?
No, like
You're
I mean, I
like
sing in
Troy
the car.
Bolton,
Yeah.
the football player
Yeah.
who's singing.
So that's what they were telling me. Like, we're gonna Zac Efron your voice. Like, we're gonna computerize it and
Right.
make it good. So I was
Right.
like, all right, they'll make it happen. So they did. They made it work.
It sounded really nice.
They
I
made
didn't even
chicken
realize.
salad out of chicken shit, basically.
I didn't even realize it was a joke. I thought that was just like a fun thing that you decided to do. Because like sometimes when you're in this job, I guess as like an influencer creator, like in the entertainment industry, sometimes you can like wake up and be like, I think I'll be a singer today.
Yeah.
And you have like teams of people who are like, Tyler, you would be fabulous.
Yeah. Well, I luckily I have a good team that tells me no, you're an idiot.
You do have a good team.
Yeah. So, but like it's like the joke that won't end. Like I performed in Vegas with Dustin Lynch. I performed at Stagecoach on the Bud Light stage. I'm performing. I'm getting paid to go perform in St. Pete for the St. Pete Music Fest at the acoustic stage. I'm like, guys, we can't do the
Wait, I'm
acoustic
kind
stage.
of obsessed.
Yeah. So
Do you think you'll do any more music?
no, hopefully this is the end of our run here.
Are you enjoying
Maybe next year
yourself?
I'll do an R&B song. I'll just change genres.
Yeah, when you get on the stage, like
Maybe I'll write a ballad to Tate.
to Tate, she deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
What would you call it? You guys, you should do a cover of Wrecking Ball, like for all of
Yeah.
the demos and
I'll call it Love with Stank.
Is that her nickname?
I gave her like a million nicknames.
Oh, I'm a nickname person too,
Yeah.
but I didn't call him Stank.
Stank. Well, Stank.
That's cute. I call my son Stonky, so
Stonky.
like that's similar.
Yeah. No. So maybe next year before it would be an R&B song, but then you can't make it a joke though. You know.
Yeah, no. That wouldn't be like so funny, but maybe. Well, I think you should like lean in more. Maybe more country.
Okay.
Maybe a cameo.
I'll talk to my team. They'll probably tell me no.
I don't know. I feel like you're so like you can't put Tyler C in a box. Like of all the people who have come from The Bachelor, I feel like your career has so far surpassed The Bachelor, and like you really get creative about the things that you do, but while also still being like in line with who you are. Like having being on a makeover show, like when you did the building houses for dogs, like so cute.
Yeah. Well, I think like one, you can't take yourself too seriously. You got I'm like given this opportunity, I can kind of throw darts at the board and just see what sticks and have fun. And whatever sounds fun is like what I like to do. So
Yeah.
doing a country song with my friends and drinking beer on a boat to shoot the video, ton of fun.
Yeah, and Matt was in the video too.
Matt was in the video.
Yeah, that was good. I'm rooting for Matt. How's he doing?
He's doing well. I think like he had to go through like that storm.
Yeah.
You know, and I think he's now on the other side of it and he's just back to eating and running.
Eating and running, and he's been like learning about the Jewish people. I've
Yes,
been
he
seeing a
is,
lot.
he
I'm
is.
like, I love it.
I know.
It's really cute.
I know. He's trying to get me to come to some of these like
Shabbat dinner. Yeah.
dinners. Yeah. So my like our board, we have this lady. She's like, tell Matt to come to mine. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
so like
yeah.
he's got like an open invite to like everyone Shabbat apparently.
That's really so cute. And not to say, I know I said I'm rooting for Matt. Like I'm not team Matt or team Rachel. I really like both of them, and I think people can break up, and that's what's best for them, and that's okay.
It's definitely like I think they're both in better spaces now, and they're better. They're happy. It just probably didn't go about it the right way.
Yeah, the post. I think without that post that you say that he probably regrets, like it would have just gone differently, and I don't think she would have. I think it just would have been less upsetting.
Is there a breakup post that ever goes well?
No, but that was one of the weirdest of all time.
Yeah.
That was the weirdest of all time.
It transcended my beliefs and
We thought
understanding.
he was hacked. Like the mind games that we,
Dude,
the hoops we jumped through to try to understand what that was.
The internet was amazing at that point because it was just wild. Because honestly, I was like you guys. I had no idea. Yeah. Everyone was going to me. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to bug him. I tried calling him just to see if I could get some tea. Nothing. So I was like, I'll just see him when I see him, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm happy for him. I saw Rachel through probably a month after all that went down, and she's like happy. She's glowing.
She seems to be thriving.
Yes. So they're both very successful and happy now.
Good. You love to see it. Like, seriously rooting for both of them. You're not going to you're not going to paint me out that way.
Yes.
Like, no, I'm not going down for that today.
No.
Not today. Well, we have a great show. We're going to do the Fast Five with Tyler C., which is so exciting. But before we get into the Fast Five stories that you do need to know, I need to let you know that today's episode is brought to you by Taylor Farms. You guys, my life is brought to you by Taylor Farms. I'm pretty much at one a day. I think I'm going to go up to 2 a days now because I love the Taylor Farms chopped salad kits. They are so tasty. They are so fresh. They are pre-chopped, pre-sliced, pre-thought of. So they have the best flavor combinations. I love Mediterranean Crunch. They have avocado ranch, Caesar, sweet kale, whatever you're looking for. They also have the best dressings, which I'm really sensitive about dressing and very picky when it comes to dressing. I love all of their dressings. So the Taylor Farms chopped salad kits, they're fresh. They're revolutionizing salad in a bag. It's not like this yucky thing that it used to be. Now it's really convenient and really delicious. And really all these days I'm craving is like a crisp salad that I didn't make myself. Enter Taylor Farms. So Taylor Farms is available at all major grocery stores. Grab their chopped salad kits and get your salad together. They are so tasty. You just mix it up, give yourself a round of applause. Like no chopping, no prepping, and their lettuce is finely chopped. Like it's not like big ugly leaves that you don't know what to do with that are hanging out of your mouth. So Taylor Farms, check it out at anywhere you get your groceries. Today's episode of The Toast is also brought to you by Quince. As the temperatures start rising, you'll feel that familiar urge to refresh your closet. That's exactly how I feel. But I'm not going to be wasting my money on pieces I'll only wear once just for one season. Quince changes that. Their clothes are timeless, lightweight, and far more elevated than anything else at this price. It finally feels like our wardrobe matches our standards. So true. I don't have the time, space, or funds to continue to buy clothes, throw them away, not be happy with them, wear them once, they turn to garbage. Quince clothes are built to last. They have 100% European linen shorts and dresses from $30. Luxe swimwear, Italian leather platform sandals, and so much more. The best part is that everything with Quince is half the cost of similar brands. By working directly with top artisans and cutting out the middlemen, Quince gives you luxury without the markup. Plus, they work with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. So give your summer closet an upgrade with Quince. Go to quince.com/toast for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/toast to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/toast. Today's episode of The Toast is also brought to you by Booking.com. I love Booking.com. Yes, I do, because it is the best for a personalized vacation stay. I'm quite particular when it comes to my travel. I have a lot of needs. I haven't always been this way, and I don't consider myself a high maintenance person, but, 2 kids. We want to have a nice time on our trip. We don't want to not get any sleep and not enjoy ourselves. So vacation rentals across the U.S., from hotels to rentals, Booking.com has the ideal summer stay for absolutely anyone, even those who might seem impossible to please. Whether you're booking for yourself, your partner, your picky teens, or your sleep light, rise early mom, you can find exactly what you're booking for on Booking.com. So yes, I would say some of my needs include preference. I would prefer a refrigerator, a dishwasher, a room with a separate living room so that the kids can go to sleep and we can hang out and watch TV. We don't all have to go to sleep at the same time because all of us have different bedtimes, and I would like to relax on my vacation. It's always really helpful if we have a bathtub for the kids. Some people just want a bathtub for themselves. You don't have to skimp on the things that you want. You're going on vacation. Make it pargy and make it exactly what you want it to be. So if we can find the perfect stay on Booking.com, anyone can. Find exactly what you're booking for at Booking.com. Booking.yay. Booking today on the site or in the app. That's Booking.com. Booking.com, and then Booking.yay. Today's episode, our first story. You were our first story. Just kidding. Travis Kelce says his decision to return to the NFL for another season wasn't a very tough one. He says he has a lot more to prove. So I'm sure you're a big football fan. Yeah, what's your team?
I guess the Dolphins.
Oh, yeah.
You know, living down here. But
But
I'm pulling for the Texans and the Bengals this year because I got old teammates to play for them. So
Oh, that's a good reason. That's funny that even though you're from here, you're not like all the way fins up.
yeah, no. There's no
Up
there's
the
no
Dolphins. The Dolphins, we love you. And look at the Panthers. We need to be more Florida proud.
Yeah.
Our teams are doing
reason to.
great.
The Panthers are great
Are you a big Panthers fan?
when they win.
When they win. Okay, what's like your team? Like, what hats do you wear in your life?
I got a hat it's like a historical hat. The Texas Longhorns versus the USC Trojans. 2002.
Oh, wow. That's actually a good one.
Yeah.
That's historical.
Very historical.
Well, Travis Kelce's talking about his decision to come back to the NFL. He said, it wasn't a very tough decision for me. I know I'm getting older, but at the same time, I still feel like I've got a lot that I can prove in this league. It really wasn't that hard of a decision. Yeah, I feel like he has another season in him. We'll see how this one goes, but he's like been shredding. He's been down here.
Good.
Like working out.
I saw he's been in Boca. He lives in Boca now.
Yeah, he's in Palm Beach. He trains in Miami. Like he's kind of like the Florida man. Watch out.
He's trying to become the Florida man. He's got some lessons to learn though, But he's from Cincinnati, so I can't give him too much shit. That's where Tate's from. But I think what it is, he needs the fairy tale ending.
Yeah.
He needs to win the Super Bowl and propose a tale like we all wanted 2 years ago. He didn't do it, and he thought he was going to do it this year. So this year when he wins, he's going to get on one knee. That's the fairy tale ending. Then he gets set off into the sunset, and they can just be rock stars.
But I guess the Chiefs have a really high chance of winning the Super Bowl. But I just feel like in general, like from the beginning of the season to getting to the Super Bowl, like it's very hard to do.
Yep.
So I feel like he's setting the bar way too high for himself if that's the only way to go out. Like, couldn't he just have an amazing season? Like, even though they didn't win last year, he also didn't have the best
they're
season.
champions.
They are, and they're a dynasty.
And they're a dynasty, and they're going to do whatever they.
Do you hate them?
No, I wanted them to win.
You did
to see 3 in a row. They lost to the Eagles.
Oh, right.
Yeah. To see 3 in a row would have been amazing.
Yeah, I didn't have a horse in that race, so I was just like happy for football.
Yeah.
And for everyone.
Go sports.
Go sports.
Yeah.
Like, it was a go sports moment. Well,
Yeah.
sometimes I like certain teams. I feel like I have a lot of teams that I can love because I live in Florida and I'm from New York and my husband's from Dallas. So, of course, we're always rooting for the Cowboys and we're always depressed. It's really sad. It's a sad way
Between New York and Dallas, you're screwed.
No, I know. So that's why I take on all these other teams.
Yeah.
And I do root for the Chiefs. I do.
Yeah. So, I hope he wins. I hope he gets it.
Yeah. Do you think that he will? I feel like he'll have a good season personally because he's like really working hard this summer.
Yeah, I think he'll do well. I think last year he wasn't the same shape or wasn't like the same Travis Kelce that we were all used to. I think this year he's trying to shred down, like go out on top and do it right. And he knows he's running out of time, and this is a way to solidify him as the guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would have been premature if he didn't come back for another season. How do you feel about Aaron Rodgers going to the Steelers?
I'm just glad he's still playing.
Me too, because I want to bet.
Yeah, exactly. And he's very entertaining, and he just kind of just says crazy stuff all the time. So I just like people are like either you hate him or you love him.
Yeah,
I'm kind of like in between. I just think he's just funny to listen to and watch. And
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I think he's just interesting. I like interesting people.
Yeah, and he's like about his like ayahuasca, benders.
Have you ever done ayahuasca?
I have not.
Are you interested to do it?
I'd try anything once. Not anything actually. That's a bad thing to say.
That's what people say. Like they think that's a sleigh. Be like, I try anything once.
Yeah, no, I don't think you should try everything once. No, that's not a good idea.
But you're open to ayahuasca. Do you have the itch at all, or like if you wait your whole life?
No, but I've heard like people do it and they've said like it's pretty amazing. And like I've heard some like military guys talk about like helping them with like PTSD and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so I was like, it could be interesting to see like what trauma or past it would bring up and how I would deal with it.
Yeah, that's a lot. Like, I just feel like the lid's on the bottle pretty tight. Like, I'm not trying to take it off.
Yeah. So, I mean, who knows?
You never know. Like, I feel like life could take you on an ayahuasca trip, like with your buddies down in Costa Rica. I think that's where it goes down.
Exactly. Yeah. I won a trip to Costa Rica, so maybe I do it then. So
yeah. Where'd you win a trip to Costa Rica?
I bought it at my gala.
Oh, so like you at an auction?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. When are you gonna go?
I don't have to book it still. I have till October to book it. So
okay, well, get on it.
I know I need to get to it.
That will be so fun. You'll go with Tate?
Yeah, I'll go with Tate. Bring a bunch of people. It'll be fun.
Cool. Okay, we'll see you in Costa Rica next. Like now, when we see you there, we'll like know.
We're doing ayahuasca.
We're doing ayahuasca. Do you think Tate would do it?
No, she'd be like, "You're an idiot."
No, I'm so with her.
Yeah.
Our next story is some exciting music news for Beyonce and Miley Cyrus fans because Miley joined Beyonce for a live debut of Two Most Wanted during the Cowboy Carter tour in Paris last night. So this was very exciting. Beyonce took her tour to Paris, and Miley came out to perform their duet, Two Most Wanted. They seriously both looked amazing, and the song is so good. And this was must have been really exciting for the fans.
Why can't we get that here in America?
I don't know. Why should you have to go all the way to Paris?
Why are we giving that to the people in Paris?
No, that's so true.
They already have crepes and all these other great things, and cheaper Louis Vuitton.
And Miley lives in LA. They could have easily cheaper Louis Vuitton. They could have easily done it in LA or anywhere in the US would have been a shorter flight.
Yeah, I mean, just do it in Houston, where Beyonce's from, or do it,
No, seriously. I just saw.
I'm disgusted.
I saw someone say on X that Beyonce has a very special relationship with Paris and her Paris fans, and so she always does something extra special for her Paris shows.
What about her Florida fans?
Right. And what about the real Miley fans?
Yes.
Not that I was going.
They weren't
to the
watching
show.
Miley back in Hannah Montana.
They were
days
not
in Paris.
raised on Hannah Montana.
They didn't have Disney Channel in Paris. I don't know this as a fact, but I'm just saying it. So.
What did you watch growing up?
I watched. Remember Recess?
Yeah.
I used to run home and watch Recess. That show was sick.
And
then also TRL and watching the old music videos. I used to run home, watch Recess or watch the music videos. We don't have music videos anymore.
No, I know.
Top 10 countdown of the best music videos. It was awesome.
No, and now when people put out music videos, which they do still, it's why are you putting why are you doing this? For a little bit of marketing or clips for social media. It's not what it used to be. There's nowhere where they live other than YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's also, I don't know, music videos are just sort of a lost art.
It was a beautiful thing.
What year were you born in?
93.
93. Okay, cool. So similar to me, but younger. No, I was born in 92, and I'm not weird about it.
Okay, yeah, we're right there.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. I was being not facetious when I said similar to me, but younger.
Do you know anyone that lies about their age?
I feel I see people online, not anyone I'm personally close with, but influencers that I follow that I can feel are lying about their age because it's very murky and it feels they've been the same age for the last 6 years that I followed them.
That should be someone's niche is uncovering real ages to people.
Yeah, but I think it's so crazy to lie about your age, especially at this age that we're at. Whether you're 30 or 33, it's when you get older, it's we don't need to count forever. If you don't want to, if you want to,
I think after 50 you can stop counting.
Yeah, if you don't want to count anymore.
I'm 50 plus 5.
Yeah, but I feel for people who are just trying to stay seeming they're in their 20s, that's weird to me.
Yeah, you only get 10 of those.
Yeah.
You can't get more.
Are you enjoying your 30s?
I think it's gotten better and better every year.
Yeah.
It's gotten more serious and more less party, but more building a life now.
Yeah.
Because I was I remember when I turned 30, I was holy shit, I got to become an adult now. 20s were just mayhem.
Yeah.
30 hit, I was well, if I don't start building something, I'm gonna look back at my opportunity on the show and everything that's come from it as just a waste.
Yeah.
So I'm all right, now I gotta start building businesses, start doing all these things.
That's good though. Yeah. I feel some people miss that memo.
Yeah, I know some grown children.
Yeah.
That are 40.
Yeah.
Don't want to be them.
No. I feel men can get away with it a little bit longer, but still your window of opportunity, especially coming from the show. Mm-hmm. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah, no, sometimes I can't believe it's been 7 years.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because you're everywhere still. I genuinely forget you're from The Bachelor sometimes.
You guys are still having me on 7 years later.
No, I know, and you're just doing so much more than
3 kids since then.
3, I know. I'm trying to think when we podcasted together, it was, which studio? Usually I'm good at remembering.
I think it was in the apartment.
Yeah. That was only a 2 month
Remember the
stint.
pup?
The pup? But we were only in that apartment for 2 months. And we had a lot of great guests come through in that time. That was right before COVID, January to March. And that's when you came on. That was fun times.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, good times. Our next story is not something I've been personally following, but I know a lot of people are. Karen Reed is not guilty. So on Wednesday, I think it was, the verdict came out and she was found not guilty of second-degree murder in connection to the 2022 death of her boyfriend, John O'Keefe. And she has now spoken out to thank those who have supported her through the years. She said, I just want to say 2 things, she said outside the courthouse. I could not be standing here without these amazing supporters who have supported me and my team. The second thing I want to say is that no one has fought harder for justice of John O'Keefe than I have. Have you been following this trial?
No, I didn't know this existed until yesterday.
Yeah. I like had heard people, like I saw people making videos about it and I was like, okay, it's just like a cultural blind spot for me. I'm fine with that. And then I think Claudia watched the documentary, so she was like sharing with me
Didn't like one guy like kind of like a blogger or something like uncover all of this? I think I was
really?
I think I saw on TikTok is like a blogger or like he calls himself a journalist. The guy was like, no, you're a blogger. He's like, no, I'm a journalist. And he like uncovered a bunch of stuff and like made this a bigger thing. And then
interesting.
Yeah, like that's kind of like how he became a famous journalist too, is like through the Karen Reed story.
Got it. Yeah, a lot of people have been like fighting for her, very invested.
Great green suit on her though.
Yeah.
We can talk about her fashion.
Yeah, she does look really good.
Yeah.
I don't know what she looked like before and what she typically looks like, but yeah, she looks good.
She's ready to be a star now. She can be an influencer after this.
Like, yeah, people are going to really want to be hearing from her.
Yeah.
And she's not guilty, so that's good.
Yes.
Brand safe.
Brand safe, yes.
So I'm happy for her and for everyone who was really rooting for her. I know this like sort of like had people in a tizzy. And I'm sure if I watched the documentary, I would feel the same way. So really crazy story.
I gotta watch the documentary. I gotta be more relevant.
You think so? But I feel like, well, now I've missed it because like when the Murdaugh stuff was happening, like I watched the documentary like as the trial was happening because I was like, okay, I want to care whatever happens. I want to be invested. Did you ever watch that one?
No, but didn't he like, kill his whole family?
Yeah, I think that's what the windup was. Yeah, yikes.
Crazy.
That was really crazy.
Not brand friendly.
Not brand safe. What kind of stuff do you typically watch?
I've been actually watching like a lot of like junk like reality TV. Like I just watched Temptation Island.
Oh wow,
yeah,
junk.
Loved it. Yeah, it was good junk.
It was good.
It was
junk.
good junk. What else? I'm watching this new show called Walking Dead.
Is that like this
the zombie show
like,
from
Golden Globe
10 years ago?
Okay, yeah.
I've just started watching that.
Do you like it?
Oh, I'm locked in.
Okay.
I'm locked in. So yeah, I'm always behind the times. Like I still use Pandora. Like I'm never watching the relevant show. I need to start being more with the times. Got
it. Well, I feel like, do you? You know?
Well, I think like to know what's going on in this world.
Yes,
you know, like
yes,
to know what's
like
on. You know, unless TikTok's gonna be my only source of
information. That's a scary place to be at.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Do you watch Game of Thrones?
No.
You have to.
See, I wasn't into that. Like my girlfriend just started watching The Court of Thorns or reading The Court of Thorns. ACOTAR. Yeah, and like it's just like about like fairies like banging and stuff. Like I don't know if like Game of Thrones is like a bunch of fairies banging and like
there's no fairies, but it is like medieval times.
Yeah.
But it's like you will be obsessed.
Okay.
It's the greatest show ever made.
After Walking Dead, I'll give Game of Thrones a shot.
Yeah, it's the greatest show ever made. There's no fairies. And I loved Game of Thrones. I didn't like ACOTAR.
No?
Yeah.
You didn't like ACOTAR?
No.
My girlfriend was missing.
When she was reading
it. I couldn't, like, she'd wake up in the mornings and read. She'd be walking on the treadmill reading. She would, on the plane read. I was like, well, I'm so glad she's done with like the 8 books.
Yeah.
And she went through them in like 2 months. I'm like, but like, I was like, for 2 months, we didn't exist.
They say that if once you get into the second ACOTAR book, it takes a while to get into it. But in the second book, like you really get into it. And I was only halfway through the first book. I'm like, I'm not reading 2 books to start to, like, that's insane.
Yeah.
How did the book ever get a sequel if the first one stunk so bad?
Yeah, well, that's why I guess I never got a sequel.
Stop. Yes, you have a book. Share your book.
You Deserve Better. It's about dating.
It's about dating?
Yeah. It was a great time. It was like when the show ended, everyone's like, you're this feminist woke king. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just like a regular dude. Like if a girl says no is no. Yeah, like simple. You know what I mean? So like the bar was so low, and I was like, well, maybe we should have a conversation about this. And we did.
Well, I feel like the sequel to that would be like a relationship book. Because that's
so maybe if me and Tate can figure out all of our do's and don'ts, we can do one.
Yeah. Or what about a memoir? Memoirs of a Tyler.
Oh yeah, that'd be a fun book to write.
I feel like it would be.
Yeah, that'll be like when I'm 60 and I don't care anymore.
That's true. Yeah. All of it's like too close. Like you still are like probably friends.
I don't know if it'd
people.
be brand friendly.
You think so?
It'd be a little wild.
Really?
I had a fun time those last like 7 years.
So in like the post bachelor time was like the wild time,
Yes.
as it should be.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, I'm slowing down.
Okay, good. But like now you have all those memories, you know?
Exactly,
So like
yeah.
no regrets, because like
No
otherwise
regrets.
if you,
I had the most fun. It was the most like, yeah, exactly. Did it all.
as you should, like, and I think that's what people would have hoped for Tyler C, like coming off The Bachelor, as we hope for Jalen right now, coming off of Love Island.
Live your life.
Live your life.
It's
I
gonna
hope
be
you
so
have
fun.
the best of times. He was on Love Island for 2 days. He got a passport. He never left the country before, and he came to Fiji for Love Island, and these good for nothings
I'll tell you
voted him off.
my one Love Island Fiji story. I was in Fiji right before they were filming Love Island
When
last year.
Okay.
And I will say, Fiji, beautiful, but the worst place for me to go.
Why?
Because I was like single. It was like 2 years ago. I was single. I was just off the show Special Forces, and I was like, and I had all these riot dates on Australia. I was going to go nuts in Australia. But then the travel person said I couldn't go to Australia. They said
Who's
I needed
the travel
a visa.
person?
Like the person in charge of me. So she lied to me. Everyone's like, you can get your visa in Australia. It's like the easiest place to get into. So then I was like, okay, do I go to Bali or Fiji? And Bali was raining the whole time. So I went to Fiji. In Fiji, I get there. For 14 days, it's just honeymooners and me. So I'm like the weird guy by
You were
myself.
a solo traveler?
Solo traveler by myself. Like I'm expecting to party, have fun, do all these things. No, I'm like on like these remote islands. I became like a villager. I was like with these people like spearfishing, like eating at their little houses and everything. Like I was smoking weed with them. Like I was doing all the things that like the Fijians did.
That's cool. So you were like living the local life.
Yeah, but it was
It was not the trip you had
the
planned.
trip I had planned. No.
You should have wound up on Love Island.
I should have. I should have just jumped from Special Forces to Love Island.
Did you like Special Forces?
Yeah, it was grueling. It was like the hardest thing I've ever done, but it was like very rewarding and amazing.
Do you, of all the like reality TV alumni shows, and there are a lot now, and which I like because I like seeing like our faves. There are faves, like we want more. What would you like to do?
Ooh, what would I like to do?
Like Traders.
I haven't really watched Traders, so I can't give my opinion on that. But I don't know. I feel like I would just love to do something like kind of like Summer House, where you get like all your friends, you live in a house and you party every weekend and you like hang out and enjoy each other.
Well, that's a great segue like into our next story, because we have some Summer House news, and I wanted to talk to you about Summer House because as I was reading this news, I was like, Tyler C should be on Summer House. So Imrul from Summer House announces his exit after one season. He said, I know, shocking. In a post on his Instagram story, Imrul announced that he's not coming back. He said he meant to share this last week, but with everything going on, the timing didn't feel right. He said, I've decided not to return for another season of Summer House. I know, shocking. It was an incredible opportunity, and I truly had a lot of fun. He said, I won't drag this out, but I want to say thank you all for your support and for supporting my foundation as well. You know what? Like all of the Summer House exits, well, really just Lexi, have been so shocking that I actually thought Imrul might stay just because like that would be shocking.
So Lexi's out.
Lexi's out. Do you know Lexi?
Imrul's out. And Paige DeSorbo's out.
Yeah, and that's all we know so far. There were rumors about Carl, but it seems like he's still, and I think he'll still be on. Jesse and West will probably. Yeah, I feel like you're right there with those people. Like you could be on Summer House, and you are interested.
But I mean, something like that would be so much fun.
Yeah.
Like they just go hang out why are they leaving?
Yeah. No,
It must be very toxic in there
so
because
funny.
like all you gotta do is hang out and party all weekend and they're just hooking up with each other. Like,
that's so funny because everyone's like, no, it's so hard to be in the Summer House, and like you are filmed. Like,
you guys know what's hard? Construction. You know what's hard is like actually working and like building a businesses and doing things that are hard. You know, like sitting there and DJing and partying with your friends and like that's not fucking hard. That's what I call a vacation. And I will sign up for that vacation.
You and Tate should go on.
Yes, we'll go on. But I just think like people don't know what hard is.
No, I totally agree. But
Like-
they say it's hard.
No, I'll show you hard. Like,
Yeah.
come renovate this house with me.
You need to do wife swap.
Yes, I
With
need to
the
do.
Summer
I
House
need to
cast.
show. They all need to go on Special Forces to see what hard is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the hardest thing you did on Special Forces?
The last day, they wouldn't let us sleep. We went through interrogations for 14 hours. We didn't sleep for like 40 hours, and like they stripped me down into like this little suit, and it's below 30 degrees. So you're just like, I was shivering. I was like getting like mild hypothermia. I was passing out. Like
Were there any moments when you were on it, you're like, why did I sign up for this?
Yeah. And you can thank that lady right there in the baby blue shirt right there.
It was her idea.
I always when I did this show, because I thought it was going to be like this show. Like, it's Hollywood. It can't be that hard. Right?
Yeah, or like a Big Brother sort of situation where you're just like doing these challenges, but then like you got
can't be that hard. No, it was the hardest thing I've ever. They owned our asses, and there was no production. There was no like you either get hurt or you quit.
Who from your season like did you become closest with?
Nick Viall and JoJo Siwa.
JoJo Siwa, and then she did Big Brother.
Yep.
That's so funny. You just did Nick's podcast, and you guys are friends from Special Forces.
Yep.
How did he fare on Special Forces?
He has an amazing story because like he was always doing pretty good, and then they really got into him one day, and like they were putting him through this like freezing cold dunk tank and making us work out, and like imagine being soaking wet in like below 30, like below freezing temperatures, and having to keep jumping in this freezing cold. Like when he did that, he died.
Yeah.
And we were trying to warm him up, everything. He just looked like he was out of it. Like he was done. And he for sure, I was like watching him. I was like, he's out of here. And then he kind of, licked his wounds. And then the next day, like he was still down and out. And then we had an event, like a race we had to do. And Tom Sandoval was his partner. And all of a sudden, Nick just became like this monster and just ate it up, got through it, was like yelling at Tom, like, come on, get going. Like, it was incredible to see him like be at the lows of lows and come back and fight his way through. And then he stuck it out and he went through it. And I just like, that's a dude, that's a fighter. Like I fell in love with Nick.
Oh my gosh, that is so crazy. How was Tom Sandoval?
He was an interesting character.
Yeah.
I will say Tom Sandoval gives 1,000% of everything he does.
Yeah. I don't think that was ever like the debate about him.
But he just he's oblivious to a lot of things. Like he doesn't understand how many times he made us do things more and more and more because he kept fucking up. You know what I mean? Which I think is, what we see on TV. Yeah,
that's really, really funny. Okay, so you would do summer, that like the show that next you want to do like a relaxing show.
Yeah, because I did right before Special Forces. I did my home reno show. So I want to, what's hard, guys? 8 months of filming a show where you have to manage clients, you have to renovate houses, you have to manage the production team, you have to manage your whole construction crew, and you got to renovate 9 homes. Yeah, and stay under budget, and try and make money.
Right, and so you're ready for a vacation.
That was hard, and so then I went on Special Forces thing, and that was a vacation.
Really?
That was
because you thought it was going to be like fake.
I thought it was going to be Hollywood and fake. I was like, no way, like this is that hard, brutal. Yeah.
Okay, so if you could do that, you could really do you could do Amazing Race. I feel like you and Tate would be great on.
We would be great. That'd be fun. She would. That's been one of her dream shows.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. And what about Dancing with the Stars?
I love to dance, so count me in. And Tate's a dancer too, so she'd be pissed if I got that before her.
Yeah, people love Dancing with the Stars. Like want to be on. I feel that way about it too, where it's like that seems like a dream.
Mm-hmm. I was like 2 classes away from getting my dance minor in college. So,
wow, fun fact.
So I really enjoy. I mean, I almost failed out of college my first year, and so my coach was like, "Well, you're going to take all these dance classes to get your GPA up." And my first class was like ballet, and it's me and 30 girls. I was like, "Well, I love this.
I love ballet.
I am the Bachelor right now." Yeah.
Did your dancing help with your football? I feel like what movie is that helps. From where they do dance classes to fix their football? Game Plan with The Rock.
Oh, really? I have to watch that.
Did it help with your footwork?
Yeah, I mean, it makes you so much more limber, and it helps you with injuries and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. That is really funny. Have you been invited on any of these alumni shows and turned it down?
Yeah. There was one that I was like, this sounds awesome. Like it was like a crazy like you're in space kind of show, and I was like, I love space now. Like I'll go. Yeah. And then she was like, you're not doing this. This is stupid.
What was it? Did it ever come out?
Yeah, it went out, and then I got to do another show. I got to do Special Forces instead.
Yeah,
and so we were grateful.
Okay, yeah. That sounds better. If Jeff Bezos gave you a spot on Blue Origin, would you want to go?
No. So there was a time when there was that company, whoever did that, was reaching out to influencers,
right? And
they were trying to get influencers to go up there and make it this thing. And I was like, you got to pay me $5 million.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's a lot, but I feel like maybe they would
I feel like I'm going to die up there.
Right.
You know what I mean? I remember Pilot Pete said yes to it, and he made this whole post about him going to do it, and then it never happened. And then we see Katy Perry and all these people. But I was like, oh, it finally came to fruition. Like it actually happened years and years later. But I remember Pilot Pete, like, I'm going to space, doing all this stuff. And then it never happened. And I was like, and I remember them in my DMs about it. I was like, this sounds awful.
Yeah. So you're not interested.
No.
If anybody's like doing a reality show in space.
Unless The Walking Dead starts to happen, then I'll go to space.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good to know. No, I feel the same way. I'm not like super interested in going at the moment.
No.
Plans could change, but like, I don't
What do you do there? You know?
Well, they really just go up and come down. It's like not even, it's not like they're going on it. Living in space.
No.
It's not what you think. They're not really being astronauts.
And, you know, what's everyone going to wait for me to say something like Katy Perry?
Yeah, you know? Well, like, you have to have like a quote when you come down. It's just like a lot of pressure. Yeah. And everybody apparently hates you when you go to space.
Exactly.
So stay home.
Yeah, stay home. I'm going to stay in Jupiter.
Well, instead of go to Jupiter, the planet.
Yes, that was good. That was good, Jackie.
Thank you. It needed to be explained, so it couldn't have been that good, but thank you.
Well, I'm a little slow, so don't take it personal.
I also need to let you know that today's episode is brought to you by Olipop, which is a new kind of soda that combines the classic soda taste with the benefits of a functional ingredient blend to support digestive health. Olipop is reimagining soda with high fiber and only 2 to 5 grams of sugar per can. Olipop is sold online and available in almost 50,000 retailers nationwide. So soda is one of my all-time favorites, but as I've, tried to clean up my act a little bit and be a little less toxic, both inside and out, soda's definitely been on the chopping block, and it hasn't been that hard to cut because of brands like Olipop that is better for you soda, and it's actually good for you. They have 9 grams of prebiotic fiber in every can that supports digestive health. Like, they don't use all that sugar nor fake sugar. It's really, really great for you. So you can get a free can of Olipop, which is really exciting. If you buy any 2 cans of Olipop in a store, Olipop will pay you back for one. It works on any flavor at any retailer. All you have to do is buy your 2 cans and then go to drinkolipop.com/toast. Olipop is sold online at drinkolipop.com and Amazon, but it's also available in almost 50,000 retailers nationwide, including Costco, Walmart, Target, Publix, Whole Foods, Kroger, and H-E-B. So if you are feeling guilty about your guilty pleasure of soda, like, you really don't have to. Olipop has like the greatest flavors. They all taste so nostalgic. Whatever your favorite flavor of soda is, Olipop has a corresponding one that is going to be better for you and healthier and helps support your digestive health. So no more guilt in soda. Thank you, Olipop. Today's episode of The Toast is also brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place, all on your terms. I feel like a lot of toasters in our community are small business owners, and a lot of people dream of starting their own business, whether you're making things or you have a digital or a service that you can offer people. The first thing that you need to do is create a website that looks professional. But if you're just starting out, like, you don't want to pay a professional, and that's where Squarespace comes in, because your website will be looking so legit and it's super easy to use. You don't have to learn how to write code or go take classes or anything. You just go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And then when you're ready to launch your site, go to squarespace.com/toast to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. So Squarespace has the easiest features. They have design intelligence. They have Squarespace payments, which make payments really easy to manage in one place with Squarespace. Onboarding is so simple, and it's a one-stop shop for building your website for your business. So don't let the fear of having a website or not knowing how to do that stop you from starting your business or enhancing your business with a website. So head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and then squarespace.com/toast when you're ready to launch to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Today's episode of The Toast is also brought to you by ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program. When you have a pet, you love taking care of them because in their own way, they take care of you. But even if you're the best pet parent in the world, unpredictable things can happen, like Bruno needing 14 teeth extracted. Fortunately, you can always give your care a boost with ASPCA Pet Health Insurance. Our pets are part of our family, and we want the best for them no matter what. But vet bills can really add up. Yes, they can. That's why you should check out pet insurance. And with ASPCA Pet Health Insurance, you can focus on the care your pet deserves and cover what matters most. Vet bills are staggering. It is staggering, the price of pet these days, and getting pet health insurance is a major key because these things are so unexpected, then they seriously add up, and you don't want to get stuck with these major bills and not have insurance. So the ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program offers customizable accident and illness plans, making it easier for pet parents like you to help get your pet the care they need. The ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program has been around for over 18 years, and they've helped more than 600,000 pets during that time. They allow you to customize your plan, helping ensure that your pet's plan is as unique as they are. To explore coverage, visit aspcapetinsurance.com/toast. That's aspcapetinsurance.com/toast. Again, that's aspcapetinsurance.com/toast. This is a paid advertisement. Insurance is underwritten by either Independence American Insurance Company or United States Fire Insurance Company and produced by PTZ Insurance Company Limited. The ASPCA is not an insurer, is not engaged in the business of insurance. Thank you very much. Our fifth and final story is some major hacking news that I feel like isn't getting its shine, but 16 billion Apple, Facebook, Google, and other passwords have been leaked. 16 billion.
Shit. I better not be one of them.
Well, I feel like how can you not be? This is like the biggest password hack of all time, but I like barely saw this in the news. And it's really making the case for that strong password option. You know, sometimes I do it, but sometimes I don't.
Sometimes I do it, but then I made the dumb mistake of not buying a MacBook. I bought like a regular computer one time because I freaked out one day. I couldn't figure out how to get to a file. So I was like, I need to go back to the Windows. That's
back
easy.
to the basics.
Yeah, but now I still can't find a file there. So if I have a strong password, though, it like saves to the computer, saves to your phone. I don't have that connectivity anymore. It's stupid. I messed up.
Oh, you're in a pickle. Mm-hmm. I didn't even think about how a strong password is like an Apple privilege. I guess like you could invent a strong password and like, I don't know, keep a ledger of them.
Yeah, but then you get, no. Yeah.
But that's...
I do think my password is pretty strong, though.
Yeah, but it's...
I have confidence in my password.
Hacked is hacked.
Not you can't hack my password.
But they're not hacking it because they're guessing it. They're hacking it because they're getting into the mainframe, right?
I don't even know what you're saying anymore.
But you know, like it's like... But then it's like if you have a different password, like so some people use the same password for everything. So if it gets hacked from one time, then like people...
I have like 7 I try. If I can't figure out, I try like 7 different ones.
Yeah, I feel like...
And then I freak out, then I call Tate, and she goes, you know, you have a whole account or a whole spreadsheet of all your passwords. I go, I don't know how to get to it. That's even harder.
You need a password to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a perfect system. I do feel like with Face ID and stuff, it's like helping and like biometric, whatever, like fingerprints and whatever, like that is a little bit more secure.
I hit a button the other day where now if I try to log into something for my Google, my Gmail or whatever, on my phone, I have to have Tate take her phone to scan my phone to let me in. And I'm like, I don't know what button I hit, but this makes everything way harder.
Wait, that's insane. And also, not that I think that this applies to you, because I don't think you guys are going to break up. But like,
but
what
maybe
if
Tate is doing this to have control of my life?
Well, that, but also it's like, what if you broke up and like you didn't realize, and then you have to like call your ex and be like, and not you, just I'm saying like the royal you, and then you have to call your ex and be like, can you come log me into my Gmail?
Can you log me into my Netflix?
Oh yeah, well that's something else.
Could you imagine calling her and be like, hey, like I have this girl over, can you call
What's
me
your Netflix password? Like we were sharing. It's getting really messy, like all the passwords. I do feel like it needs to be streamlined. And there are so many different like services, even for when you think about like your Apple TV and all the apps, like every single app, you have a different login and password. Like that's just not working. I tried to like watch TV on a different TV yesterday in my house and like nothing was logged in. And it was during nap time. Like my son was sleeping in my room. So I was like, okay, I'll go in another room. I spent the entire nap time trying to log into these things and I didn't get to watch one thing.
Yep. It's troubling. Isn't it crazy too how like we had cable and now we just have 20,000 streaming services. So we basically have to pay for every one of them again. Like we have cable again now. Yeah.
No. And then what's going to happen is they're all going to merge into one big streamer that's cable where you can watch everything together. Like we go backwards just to go forwards.
Exactly. And now Uber apparently is going to have like Uber Transit where it's like a bus. Like,
no, that's really funny.
I bet you one day we're going to be like, I need a cord on my phone to the wall.
Well, now I do use wired headphones now.
Do you?
I'm sure you've seen, like people say like the Bluetooths are like radiating through your brain.
Oh, really?
Which I saw that it's like, okay, I don't want that, whether or not like that's really what's happening. It doesn't sound like what I want for my brain. But also like just the cord is like a little more dependable. Like my AirPods are never charged. They're always chiming. They're always, every time I leave my house, I get a notification that my AirPod is in my house. I'm like, I don't care. I didn't even know they were charged.
Well, I panicked because I had my AirPods with me last week and I thought I lost them. I was like, this is the 8th pair.
Yeah. Oh. At what point do you say, like, I'm not someone who's cut out for AirPod life?
Yeah,
like,
I should have done that already.
They're so tiny, though.
I know.
And they're so slippery.
But what's good now is they're louder, so if I lose them, I can like chime them.
Right, you
I
can chime
find
them.
but they have to be charged.
But they have to be charged. But what about like a big headphone?
I've done those.
Like a Max.
They hurt my ears.
Oh, you're sensitive.
Since I have sensitive ears.
That is really funny. No, all this technology, like really, it's like bringing us forward to bring us back. And what's old is new again. I felt that way about also how like they used to put out a TV show and they put out like the whole season and we would all binge it and we got accustomed to binging.
And now
it's episodic.
Yeah.
But you just made us into addicted bingeaholics.
I know. It's crazy. It's what can we do? And now
They're
we're all
making us
wearing like
crazy.
retro clothes and like
Yeah.
it's cool to thrift and now
Make
my
your own
whole house
bread.
is designed like it's like an old French cottage, you know?
Right. I love the design of your house.
Thank you.
And that is like, I feel like that is coming back, like having things in your house, not just like
Having
minimalist.
character.
Modern. Yeah, character. Bring back character.
I think in your 20s you think like minimalistic is cool.
Yeah, but I think it's also the way that I experienced it. It's like, I don't know what I like yet. So I'm just going to go with like nothing.
Also, in your 20s, we don't have money, so like having
Right,
nothing
so
is cool.
right. I can't just like buy all these tchotchkes.
I remember like tapestry on a bed. Like that's cool. It's like a little bit of design, you know.
Yeah.
But like it was like $5, you know.
Yeah.
Or like you in college would hang like posters, you know,
No,
of, like
oh my
the
gosh.
beer we liked, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. I used to, in my college dorm, like I really decorated. But then once I moved to an apartment, I just like. I didn't know like how to design. And then also once I moved in with Zach, we had to like figure out what our style was together. Because if it was up to me, like everything would have been pink, and it was up to him, like it would have been like black, like a bachelor had. So like we kind of were just like, okay, like white and marble and mirror. It's like neutral.
Yeah.
And then we like built up from there. And now I've got some pink in the house, but not in every room. Compromise.
You'll get more. You'll get more.
Yeah. No, he's kind of given up. He's like, I know it makes you so happy, and like it's. Like,
I learned
looks
right
nice.
away. You just kind of got to roll with what she likes.
Yeah.
You know, so like a lot of this design is Tate, like 90% of it. I wanted to keep some of like the more masculine touches in here and like some places.
In certain areas that
Yeah.
like you use the most.
Yeah, like my gym is all black.
Right.
And it's more modern and it's cool and it's like my space. You
Yeah.
know, my office, they did a little bit more like modern-esque, you know what I mean? But it
Yeah.
still carries like the picture frame molding and those like the wainscoting from all the like downstairs up there. So
Wainscoting.
yeah.
Tell me about wainscoting. How do you get wainscoting?
It's like wall like
No, I know what it is, but like I just feel like it's something that if like your house doesn't have it, like how do you add it?
how do you add it? You go get some wood.
Okay.
Call me.
Okay.
Actually call Tate.
Call Tate.
Tate's over here she can cut all this stuff, like put it all on the walls, paint it. She makes it look great.
So you guys didn't use a decorator at all?
No, for like we use Gailey Alex to do my office and like basically my office rooms upstairs.
Okay.
But everything else was all Tate except for the garage. That was me.
You guys have to look at the pictures because like it's fully designed, like different, you know, like moldings painted different color than the wall, than the floors, and like it looks like completely done.
She did it in amazing, and this was her first crack at it.
So what's next for her in the space? And are you guys going to have like, you guys should be the next Chip and Joe.
We're working on it.
Okay,
We're
good.
working
That just
on it.
seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, we're doing another house together here soon. I bought like this cute little brick cottage, and like we just kind of like I kind of overpaid on it because we fell in love with this house and we wanted it to be like a rental. Mm-hmm. And
Oh, that's good.
yeah, and it would be like a fun Airbnb for everyone to come to.
Yeah.
And or booking.com, you know, and but like we just didn't really do much to it. We thrifted the whole thing, and it kind of like went a little grandma chic.
Okay.
And
That's
so-
cool though. The
It's cool.
coastal grandmother,
Yeah,
cottage core.
Cottage core, but like people coming down from Ohio, New York, wherever, they want to be in something coastal.
Yeah.
So we're going to kind of go like Palm Beach coastal
Love.
inside, and it's going to be really cool. So I'm excited for her to do something different than what she did at our house.
Yeah. That's very exciting. Well, I'm so happy for the both of you. It seems like you're doing great. Where can everyone follow all of your projects?
You can follow on my Instagram, Tyler J. Cameron. You can follow on Tate's Instagram, Tada, it's Tate.
Oh my God. I thought it's Tata.
Tada.
Yeah. Like when I think about, I've never like said her handle out loud, but I'm like,
Yeah.
it's Tata Tate.
Yeah, no, it's Tada.
That's really
That's
funny.
great. Yes.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us. We absolutely love having you, and the Toasters love you, and we really appreciate your time. Have a great weekend. Tyler's off to catch a flight, and he's going to have a great weekend.
Yes. I hope you have a great weekend as well. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. We will see you back on Monday. Have another fun episode in store, and I hope all of you out there have a great weekend as well. We love ya. Bye.